welcome to another. Hello. Okay. All right. Welcome to another trading session. This is Trade with Tayyip, your live host. Okay, let's do some analysis. Hmm. 4 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Just so much chop. I know what to do for sells, but buys look a little complicated. Let's see, what time is it? 7:21. Sells below this area for sure. Below this area. Sells below 67.87. That is something I would be looking for. And see with 15-minute time frame, um, and I would want the candle to close above, but also if the next candle wicks down and continues to push, breaking above the previous candle's high, then I do believe that we should be able to push up to test these areas. So you could have a trade something like this, where this candle can wick down and then continue to push up. That could be a trade, and you would enter right around this point with stops at the previous candle's low. So I do want it to close above this area, but at the same time, if this happens, the next candle, breaks above the previous candle's high, I would be looking for buys for it to continue to push up. Yesterday something happened which I would have taken a trade on. Let's see. I think it was this area here. Yeah. All right, so yesterday while we were trading on live session, this is a daily time frame. and the day before the candle closed red. So yesterday the market sentiment for the daily time frame was bearish, which was red, price to go down, right? So that was kind of what I was looking for while I was trading, right? So when we take a look at 4-hour time frame, yesterday I looked at this here. Yeah. So price to All right, so yesterday while we were trading the New York session live, this is daily time frame. The day before, candle closed in red. So the market sentiment for yesterday was red, the price to continue to go down, right? So if we take a look at 1-hour time frame here, and we focus on yesterday, which I believe is going to be around New York session. So this area here, yep. So if we just take a look at this area here, what is happening? The price is consolidating, which means that price is going up, down, it's choppiness. Now, when we look at this red candle here, this candle here, this is a breakout candle, which is a strong break, and it's a break and close below the consolidation, below the areas where previously price was struggling from. And if we take a look at on the left hand side, we have all of this range here for price to continue to move down, right? So when this candle formed breaking below the support area, I went in looking for sells on 15-minute, and that is something that happened after our session. So it's textbook trade, but I want to show you what it looks like live while trading. So if we take a look at here on, this is now 15 minutes, and if we take a look at this area, this was that 1-hour trade, right? And let me actually do the arrow. So this was that 1-hour break. It went all the way down. It came up. So the next candle came up for some sort of resistance to form. And as you form the resistance, then the break of the next candle. So you formed some sort of resistance for price to maybe continue to test these areas here. So the textbook trade here, knowing that price is going to continue to push down to test these lows, is once this candle, this red, small red candle forms, you wait for the next candle to break below and enter here. So it would look something like this. So you would enter right over here, and the stops would be below this area. Stops would be right above this candle for price to continue to push down and test these areas down here. That would be a textbook trade. Okay, let's log that in. I'm gonna log that in 15 minutes. Let's hit textbook trade. All right, let's remove these drawings. Where is the daily? $15-minute. If I see price is breaking above its previous high, this cannot be an impulse entry because on the left hand side we have a lot of resistance. See, all of this area is resistance. An impulse entry is where the left hand side you have area for price to continue to push forward. Maybe on 5-minute, right? But on the 15-minute, I don't think so because just so much going on. 30-minute is moving nicely. That's that. Also, if I enter a buy here, the stops is going to be around 80 pips and take profit is around 80-90 pips. I would rather this candle close bullish and then the next candle to break above the previous high. So anytime a candle goes up to the top, that becomes the high. So this little stick at the top here, that is the high of the candle. So the next candle should break above the previous high in order for it to drive. Damn, I got one viewer. No more. Dipped. अस्सलामुअलैकुम अंकल जी, क्या हाल चाल है? ठीक ठाक हैं? और सुनाएं, काम शाम कैसे जा रहा है? अस्सलामुअलैकुम आंटी जी, क्या हाल चाल है? ठीक ठाक हैं? आपने उस वक्त कॉल की थी, मैं एक्चुअली मीटिंग में था काम की, तो ईमान नीचे थी, मैंने शायद फिर उसे बाद में बताया था, वो कह रही थी कि बात हो गई है। और सुनाए तबीयत कैसी है आपकी? ठीक है। We're just waiting for price to take take its direction. Every time we drive by, it's the military. Bro, people of Texas are crazy. People of Texas. They're coming after Epic with all force. Okay, man, these World Cup tickets. There are so many tickets being sold. Togi's off his meds again. Okay. Has anyone bought tickets from StubHub? If so, how is the transaction process? I'm pretty sure people are going to be selling their own tickets here. So we're back in consolidation. Alright, price closed with no bottom wick. So I'm gonna have a buy stop. Mm -mm -mm. 25 pips. Alright, I'm gonna have a buy stop. Well, I placed a buy because the previous candle didn't have any wick for price to continue, and at this kind of situations, there is better chance for price to reverse up. So that's why I'm in a buy for a stop loss of 21 pips. And let's see how the price can move. This is also similar to yesterday's trade. All right, I'm gonna close it right here. Perfect. That's good. All right, yeah. Around 25 pips closed the position. We are sort of done for the day. Yeah. All right, let me log this trade in. 5 minutes. Gold bars. Yeah, this is exactly like yesterday. So I took 2 trades in 2 days. They're exactly the same. Let me show you how. The first trade is yesterday. Basically, what happened is that price closed. This is 15-minute time frame, by the way. the price closed in with no bottom wick, right? When the price closed with no bottom wick, then there's a higher probability for the next candle to continue to push up. So that was the idea. As you can see, it didn't later on, but I entered as the price was pushing up and I secured about 26 pips. And then today, same thing. As you can see, the price is continuing to push up. So the previous candle closed with no bottom wick, and as the price made a lower wick, which is this area here, then I entered the trade for 25 pips and got out. As you can see, the price is continuing to move up, but that's not my concern. I'm done for the day. And yeah, two exact same trades day after day. Okay. Good. Taken. Gold. Buys. W. They're crazy. Gymshark is selling a pair of not even a pair, single shorts for $50, and they have it on sale for 15. Bro, it should have been 15, not even 15. Pair of shorts? Why is my microphone mute is not working? on the 15-minute time frame, if we could have just a wick down, that would be great. Okay. Yeah, I think it's more clear on 30-minute time frame rather than 15. All right, so let's say this. All right, so this is 30-minute time frame, and let's say if we are anticipating for this candle, the current red candle, for it to drive up and turn green, and let's just forget about what's going on the left-hand side and how much resistance there is. Let's just talk about this red candle for it to continue to push up, right? What would it need to do in order for the bias to still be in play? First of all, the candle on the left-hand side should not break below its own low. So the way we can see how it's going to be able to continue to have a support is that on the left-hand side right here, you can see that it created a lower high, right? And then it went up and it came down. It respected its low. It didn't break below. And now for this candle, it should continue to do the same. As of right now, it is close, but in order for this candle, in order for this 30-minute to continue to push up, I don't want it to break below this wick right here. If it does, I'm not saying it's not gonna push up. It might still, but then it's just a gamble. It's 50-50. It's not gonna follow the rules that I am trading with. So I'll see if it breaks below, but if not, and it forms some sort of support here, I'll enter for the price to continue to push up. And that's how you can identify going into a lower time frame based on what you're looking to do.